Hey Cubs fans! Who's ready for a little baseball action today? Hello, this is Mr. D, and we're going to have Mr. D's story time. Why am I got my Rossville baseball hat on and my handy dandy Louisville Sugler out? I'm going to tell you why. This week, boys and girls, I am so excited to read this story to you. I love Magic Treehouse books. I hope you do too. Well, this one by Mary Pope Osborne is number 29. That's right, book number 29. And this one is about a big day for baseball. Play ball, Jackie Robinson. Hey, let's get into a good book together. Mr. D's story time. So excited. Oh, and by the way, you can pick up your copy of this book in our fall book fair. Chapter 1, Fly Ball. The early Saturday morning air was damp and chilly. Jack sat on his front porch steps. His chin was cupped in his hands. Annie came out the front door. "Do you want Mom to take us to the rec center now?" she asked. It was the day for baseball tryouts. "I've decided not to go," said Jack. Annie sat next to him. "What's wrong?" she asked. "I just can't stop thinking about last season's tryouts," said Jack. "I fell down when I swung the bat." Everybody laughed at me. "Yeah, well, everybody laughed at me too," said Annie. "Remember, I threw the ball to the wrong team?" "Oh, so maybe neither of us should go," said Jack. "But our whole family loves baseball," said Annie. "We read about it. We watch it. We learn batting average. Before Annie could finish, something dropped from the sky and rolled across their yard. "What's that?" said Jack. He and Annie ran down the steps. A white ball laying in the grass. Annie grabbed it. "It's a baseball," she said. "Where'd that come from?" asked Jack. He and Annie walked to the sidewalk and looked up and down the street. No one was there. "Maybe it's from another world," said Annie. She handed the ball to Jack. "That's crazy," said Jack. "What other world?" "Think about it," said Annie. One second we're talking about baseball and how we don't want to go to tryouts. The next, this baseball drops from the sky? "Oh, you mean," said Jack. "Morgan!" Jack and Annie said it together. Annie took off down the sidewalk. "Let's go," she called to Jack. Hold on," shouted Jack. He picked the mysterious ball inside his backpack and raced after Annie. Jack and Annie crossed the street and dashed into the Frog Creek woods. They hurried between the trees until they came to the tallest oak. The Magic Treehouse was back. "Yay, team!" said Annie. She grabbed a rope ladder and climbed up. Jack followed her into the treehouse. Leaf shadows danced on the wooden floor. Two gray baseball caps sat in the light. Next to the caps was a book. It was said, "History of Baseball." A red leather bookmark was sticking from the pages. Jack picked up the book and opened to the bookmark. The page showed a photo of a baseball stadium. The caption beneath it said, "Ebbets Field, Brooklyn, New York, April 15th, 1947? "Ebbets Field?" said Jack. "I've heard of that. It was a famous baseball park a long time ago." "Hey, look, there's a message on the bookmark," said Annie. Jack held the bookmark up to the light. "It's Morgan's handwriting," he said. He read aloud. "'Twas a big day for baseball so many years ago. Journey to Ebbets Field to learn what you should know." "Learn what you should know?" repeated Jack. "Maybe it's to become a better baseball player." "Sounds like it," said Annie. Morgan must have known about the tryouts. She read the next verse. "These caps are magic, made only for you, to give you the skill to know what to do." "Oh man, it sounds like these caps will make us great baseball players," said Jack. "Yay," said Annie. She read on. "As long as you wear them, all others will see the skillful people you're pretending to be." "Oh, I get it. Everyone else will see us as great players," said Annie. "In a little league game," said Jack. "Oh, why not?" said Annie. Little league teams must have played at Ebbets Field, too. Yeah, probably all kinds of teams played there, said Jack. Annie read more. When you hear the final score, give the ball with a name to the one who knows best the rules of the game. Our baseball has a name, said Jack. He pulled the ball out of his pack and turned it over in his hands. Huh, no name here. Well, maybe we're supposed to give it to someone, said Annie. How about Bailey? Bailey, said Jack. I don't think so. Okay. How about Fly Ball? Said Annie. It flew down to us. Oh, fine, whatever, said Jack. He put Fly Ball back into his pack. Ready? Yes. This is going to be so much fun, said Annie. Jack pointed at the photo of Brooklyn, New York. I wish we could go there, he said. The wind started to blow. The treehouse started to spin. It spun faster and faster. Then everything was still. Absolutely still. Chapter 2. Opening Day. A spring breeze blew into the treehouse. The sky was cloudy. Hey, baseball uniforms, said Annie. Their clothes had magically changed. They were wearing baseball shoes, too. Long socks, baggy gray pants. Jack's backpack had turned into a leather bag. Well, look at that, said Annie. She pointed at the word Bat Boy stitched on the front of their jerseys. Oh, so we're going to be great Bat Boys, said Jack with a frown. Not great players. Don't worry, said Annie. I'm sure Morgan thinks being great Bat Boys will help us become great baseball players. But you can't be a Bat Boy, said Jack. And there was no such thing as a Bat Girl back then. Oh, don't worry, said Annie. If we wear these caps, everyone will see what we're pretending to be. Remember? All right, said Jack. Annie and Jack picked up their caps and put them on. Wow, Annie said with a big grin. Hey, wow, said Jack. He felt a surge of excitement and confidence. I feel like I know everything there is to know about baseball now. Me too, said Annie. I can't wait to get to Ebbets Field, said Jack. Let's go. He shoved the baseball back into his backpack. Then he led the way down the rope ladder. Jack and Annie stepped onto the ground. They'd landed in a small grove of trees. Nearby were stone benches and a fountain. Children were playing on the grass and the sidewalks. Looks like a city park, said Jack. Let's ask directions, said Annie. As they headed toward the kids, a gust of wind blew through the park. Watch out, said Jack, grabbing his cap. Annie held on to her cap, too. We can't lose these, she said. No kidding, said Jack. They passed a man playing guitar and singing in Spanish. They passed some girls playing jacks. They passed a group of noisy kids shouting, shooting marbles. Hey, 2 Bat Boys, one of the kids shouted. The others looked up and waved at Jack and Annie. Annie smiled at Jack. See? They think I'm a boy, she said. The magic's working. Cool, Jack said with a grin. You look the same to me, though. And you look the same to me, said Annie. Maybe we always look like our true selves to each other. Annie turned back to the kids playing marbles. Excuse me, but how do we get to Ebbets Field? She called out. Oh, it's that way, shouted one of the bigger kids. He pointed to the park down the street. When you get to the street, it's just a few blocks east. You better hurry, yelled a small girl. The game starts at 2:30. What time is it now? Jack called. One of the boys looked at his watch. It's 1:30, he shouted. Oh man, we're late, said Jack. We should have been here at 1 o'clock to start our chores. Run! Fast, said Annie. Jack and Annie held on to their caps, and they began running across the windy park. Bat Boys, wait for us! Someone shouted. Jack and Annie looked back. The 2 smallest kids from the marbles game were scrambling after them. Jack thought the boy and girl looked about 6 years old. So it's about kindergarten, 1st grade age. Sorry, we have to hurry, Jack yelled. But we can help you, the girl said. We know a shortcut. You do, said Annie. Yes, said the boy. We go to Ebbetsfield a lot. This way. The small kids turned and started down a dirt path. Annie and Jack ran after them. What are your names? The girl called. Jack and